Ever since Black Mesa came out, modders saw a new opportunity to remake the original expansions. A lot of projects started out around rebooting Blue Shift, Opposing Force, and yeah, even DK. The most well-known out of these is probably Operation Black Mesa by Tripmine Studios. But let's be real, it's been ages since we've heard anything from them. At this point, I'm starting to feel like this is a mythical project that might never see the light of day. But do not despair just yet, because there are two other awesome projects that have been making waves lately. One of them is Black Mesa Blue Shift, and the other one is Black Mesa HECU. No, it's not HECU, it's AGCU, well, according to Reddit at least. At first, I thought this was an Opposing Force remake, but not exactly. It's a similar setting, but a different story, so don't expect Adrian this time. But here is the most exciting thing. Both of these projects dropped a major update last week. That's right, exciting times. First up, Black Mesa Blue Shift. The team just dropped the latest chapter of their remake, Focal Point. Just a quick refresher, this is the Zen chapter from the original Blue Shift. You know, the one where Barney goes portal hopping. I actually made a video covering the first 4 chapters of this remake, and for some reason it's my most popular video. If you haven't seen it, feel free to check it out. The game picks up exactly where we left off. We managed to restore the power in the lab, the portal to Zen is open, and Barney jumps in head first. Before I get into any more details, let me just give you a little teaser. This chapter took me around 2 hours to finish, which is actually insane. Let me remind you that this chapter was around 10 minutes in the original game, and Zen looks something like this. Ugh. After crawling through a tight cave, we finally emerge into the open, and just look at this. I haven't felt something like this since experiencing Zen in the original Black Mesa, but for some reason this looks even more spectacular. Zen is completely reworked, and it transformed into an actual border world full of life. It's not just a place anymore, it's a thriving alien ecosystem. Hundreds of different species call this place home, including some creatures we have never seen before. It's hard to even describe it, it's just magical, like I dropped into a weird Disney movie or something. After soaking in the scenery, and trust me, you will stop and stare a lot, we eventually stumble upon an abandoned Black Mesa base. And this is where things take an unexpected turn. The atmosphere becomes a little like Fear or Dead Space. The flickering lights, the unnerving ambient noises, and there's even something bigger lurking in here. And it seems like some of our colleagues didn't exactly make it. I'm going to be a man and admit it, this section scared the shit out of me. From here, our goal is to restore power to the base by retrieving a few scattered power cores, but that's easier said than done. Trust me, they are quite well protected, if you know what I mean. But once the power is back, we can take the train to this massive glowing purple crystal. And let me just say, this part is jaw-dropping. The visuals, the scale, and that epic music, it's just perfect. Once we escape the activated crystal, we make an unlikely friend, and I had the chance to experience one of the most epic moments in my gaming history. We journey to a Vortigon base, and this area is full of clever puzzles and alien grunts. I gotta say, I'm not a huge puzzle enjoyer, but these were genuinely well designed. Challenging enough to make you think, and when I cracked some of them, I actually felt smart, and I don't feel that often. Anyway, after a really long endgame section, we make our way back to Black Mesa, and basically, that's the chapter. I tried so hard to keep this spoiler free, because this is something you absolutely need to experience experience for yourself. But let me be clear, this chapter completely blew my mind. I never expected any of this, to be honest. The horror-like section in the lab, the manta ray riding, the epic and complex puzzles, and I could go on. Dude, when I picked up the crossbow and saw this animation, I almost cried. It's so beautiful. We get a few new enemy types, new mechanics, and the whole chapter is just an epic journey through Zan, which looks incredible. The only thing I didn't like is that there are quite a lot of sections in the water, and for some reason I hate being in water on Zan, especially with these little shits around. Oh yeah, and the endgame was a little too long for my taste, but let me know what you think when you get there. It's actually insane that these guys can still amaze me after the first 4 chapters. They promise and they deliver, that's all I can say. Alright, I'm gonna stop talking because I can really only glaze this game. I can't wait for the next chapter, and I honestly can't imagine the work and effort these guys put into this project. You can feel that every small detail is handcrafted and they actually care about this world. But let's see the other news from Black Mesa HECU. Listen, they released the first chapter. But don't get too excited, it's just the training section. But hey, at least we have something, right? And I felt like we should still have a look at it to see what direction the guys are headed. So let's see. In this chapter, we step into the boots of Casey Miller, a new recruit for the HECU. Before getting a full approval, we must complete an advanced training course. The training breaks down into 4 parts: basic training, advanced platforming, basic weapon training, and the final challenge where we need to use everything we have learned. Look, I'm not gonna lie, this training is not as easy as I expected. I died quite a few times, but maybe I just suck, I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to spoil the whole thing, so I'm just gonna tell you what I think. First off, what I've seen so far is a solid foundation. I feel like there's definitely potential in this mod. I loved how the areas look. Before we enter the course, we can have a look around in the courtyard, and I really enjoyed this. I tried to have a look into every small section, and it's truly nice. The indoor areas are claustrophobic, with some seriously awesome lighting, like how it should be. The voice acting was great. I especially loved the drill instructor. He completely nails the vibe of a badass soldier who turned into a burnt out whiskey drinker.
If you fall, you will have to swim to the starting point and begin again. So don't fall unless you want to be here all day. You got all that, Corporal?
But what about the gameplay? The training itself is a nice balance. It's challenging but not too overwhelming, which is great for an introduction. All that said, I do have 2 problems so far. The first one is performance. In the courtyard, my frame rate was stuck under 40 FPS, even with a solid PC, which is not great. However, I didn't have any issues indoors, so that's something. I mean, this is just the very first chapter, so I'm pretty sure this will be optimized in the future. Secondly, the voice of the vest that we are wearing, the PCV, it feels a little alien to me.
Vital signs are dropping.
This vest never had any audio in opposing force, and I think that was fine, but this might be just my preference, so let me know what you think. All in all, I think this is a great start, and since I followed the team on Discord, I know how hard they were working and how much time they put into this. So I just want to say thank you so much for your work, and I'm eagerly waiting for the second chapter. And that's all I had for today. I just wanted to give you a quick update on these awesome projects. You can actually download both of them directly from ModDB. I will leave a link in the description. If you like them, please show your support to the creators, and of course, let me know what you think. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye!